stop till he finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh, 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 oh.
Lives that were never meant to be saved. But Death doesn't like it when you mess with his plans. This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist.
Watch out!
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Maybe Death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Cheating death, a fool's errand in the Final Destination universe. The Final Destination movies terrify us with a simple, chilling premise. We can't cheat death. The idea that death is an inevitable force, one that cannot be outwitted or avoided, is a concept that has haunted humanity for centuries. These films bring that fear to life in the most visceral way possible. The Grim Reaper is relentless. He always collects his due. In the Final Destination universe, death is not just a concept but a character, an omnipresent force that stalks its victims with a cold, calculating precision. Each film begins with a group of unsuspecting individuals narrowly escaping a gruesome accident, seemingly by sheer luck. This initial escape sets off a chain of events that leads to their inevitable demise, as death seeks to restore the balance that was disrupted. But their relief is short-lived. Death, having been cheated, comes back for them, one by one, in increasingly creative and horrifying ways. The elaborate and often grotesque nature of these deaths adds to the sense of dread, making viewers question their own safety in everyday situations. The Final Destination franchise taps into our primal fear of death. It forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that no matter how much we try to control our lives, there are forces beyond our understanding and control. It plays on the unsettling notion that our time is limited. The ticking clock is a constant reminder that every second brings us closer to our inevitable end. No matter how much we try to outrun it, death is always one step ahead. The chase scenes in the movies symbolize our futile attempts to escape our fate, highlighting the relentless nature of death. We become engrossed in the characters' desperate attempts to outmaneuver their predetermined demise. Their struggle becomes our struggle, as we root for them to find a way out, even though we know it's hopeless. We are left contemplating our own mortality and the fragility of life. The movies force us to reflect on our own lives and the choices we make, knowing that our time is finite. The movies serve as a cautionary tale, suggesting a universe governed by a predetermined order. This order is unyielding, and any attempt to disrupt it results in dire consequences. Tampering with this order has dire consequences. The characters' attempts to cheat death only lead to more elaborate and gruesome ends, reinforcing the idea that some things are beyond our control. We are left wondering, is it merely a matter of time before our number is called, or do we have any agency in our final moments? The tension between fate and free will is a central theme, leaving us to ponder our own beliefs about destiny. The tension between fate and free will becomes a macabre dance with death. In the end, the Final Destination series leaves us with more questions than answers, making us question the very nature of life and death. The butterfly effect, when tiny changes unleash chaos. In chaos theory, the butterfly effect proposes a mind-boggling concept. Even the smallest action can have massive, unforeseen consequences. A butterfly flapping its wings in Brazil, for instance, could theoretically set off a chain reaction leading to a hurricane in Florida. This principle underscores the interconnectedness of all things and the unpredictable nature of complex systems. Imagine a single decision, a seemingly insignificant change in routine. What if you decided to take a different route to work, or answered a phone call that you would normally ignore? This deviation from your usual pattern could set in motion a domino effect, altering the course of your life. You might meet someone new, miss a crucial appointment, or avoid a life-altering accident. The butterfly effect adds another layer of intrigue to the Final Destination narrative. Were the survivors of the initial disasters merely delaying their inevitable ends by escaping their original fates? Or did their actions create ripples in the fabric of reality, leading to even more bizarre and terrifying deaths? The character's every move becomes significant, a potential trigger for unforeseen and deadly consequences. Predicting death. Can science foretell our final hour? The human fascination with death has led to countless attempts to predict it. Scientists, using complex algorithms and vast data sets, are now able to predict the likelihood of death from specific diseases, or even estimate overall life expectancy with increasing accuracy. These advancements, while remarkable, raise profound ethical and philosophical questions. Imagine receiving a notification on your phone informing you of your predicted death date. What would you do with that information? Would you make drastic life changes, or sink into despair? The ability to predict death, even with a high degree of accuracy, does not equate to knowing our destinies. It merely provides probabilities, not certainties. Moreover, reducing the complex tapestry of human life to data points ignores the immeasurable variables that shape our existence: chance encounters, unforeseen events, and the power of choice. While science can offer valuable insights into our mortality, it cannot capture the full mystery of life and death. The human spirit, with its capacity for love, resilience, and hope, defies simple algorithms and predictions. Surviving a near-death experience or a disaster that claims the lives of others often leaves survivors grappling with a complex mix of emotions. Relief, gratitude, and a profound sense of loss intertwine, creating a psychological phenomenon known as survivor's guilt. This guilt stems from the belief that they survived while others perished, often accompanied by questions of why me, and why not them. These questions can haunt survivors, making it difficult for them to move forward. Imagine surviving a plane crash where everyone else perished. The initial relief of being alive is quickly overshadowed by the weight of those lost. Survivors may replay the event in their minds, wondering if there was something they could have done differently. The guilt can manifest as a need to justify their survival, leading them to question their own worth and purpose, to make their lives meaningful in the face of such tragedy. Some dedicate their lives to honoring the memory of those lost, engaging in acts of service or creating memorials, while others struggle to find meaning in their own continued existence. The burden of survival can be a heavy one, leading to feelings of isolation and despair. In the Final Destination movies, survivors' guilt is a palpable presence. The characters grapple with the knowledge that their survival came at a terrible cost. They are constantly reminded of the fragility of life and the randomness of death. As death pursues them relentlessly, their guilt intensifies, making it difficult for them to find peace, serving as a constant reminder of their brush with mortality and the fragility of their existence. The fear of death's return can be paralyzing, affecting their daily lives and relationships. The films highlight the psychological toll of cheating death, showing how the characters are haunted by their experiences, suggesting that escaping its grasp can leave deep emotional scars. Survivor's guilt is a complex and often misunderstood phenomenon, but it is a very real and painful experience for those who endure it. The Final Destination franchise serves as a chilling exploration of the age-old debate: are our lives governed by fate, or do we have free will? The characters' initial escape from death, followed by their seemingly inevitable demises, suggests a predetermined plan. Yet, their desperate attempts to outsmart death to alter their destinies hint at the possibility of free will. If our lives are truly predetermined, then the characters' struggles are futile. Their fates are sealed. But if free will exists, then each decision they make, however seemingly insignificant, could potentially change their outcome. The films blur the lines between these two extremes, keeping the audience guessing until the very end. The Final Destination movies, while fictional, tap into a fundamental human question: do we have control over our lives, or are we merely pawns in a larger, predetermined game? This question has captivated philosophers and theologians for centuries, with no easy answers. The films offer a terrifying glimpse into a world where fate reigns supreme, but they also leave room for the possibility of defiance, of carving our own paths, even in the face of overwhelming odds. The desire to cheat death, to extend our time on this planet, is deeply ingrained in our nature. From the earliest days of human history, we've sought ways to prolong our existence. Whether through the elixirs of ancient alchemists or the cutting-edge technologies of modern science, we crave immortality, seeking it through scientific advancements, religious beliefs, or simply the hope that our consciousness will endure beyond our physical bodies. The quest for eternal life is a common thread that weaves through the fabric of human culture, manifesting in myths, legends, and even our daily practices. The Final Destination franchise plays on this primal fear, reminding us that death is inevitable, a force that ultimately cannot be cheated. These films tap into our deepest anxieties, portraying death as an omnipresent entity that can strike at any moment, regardless of our efforts to avoid it. While we may never truly escape death's clutches, we can strive to live our lives to the fullest. Each tick of the clock is a reminder that our time is limited, urging us to make the most of every second we have. Every moment becomes precious, an opportunity to connect with loved ones, pursue our passions, and leave a positive mark on the world. It's in these small, everyday actions that we find meaning and purpose, creating memories that outlast our physical presence. Rather than fearing death, we can embrace the present, appreciating the finite nature of our existence. By focusing on the here and now, we can cultivate a sense of peace and fulfillment, knowing that we are making the most of our time. The Final Destination movies, despite their macabre premise, offer a valuable lesson. They remind us that life is fragile, unpredictable, and ultimately finite, encouraging us to cherish every moment we have. They remind us that life is fragile, unpredictable, and ultimately finite. This awareness can be a powerful motivator, pushing us to live more intentionally and with greater appreciation for the beauty and complexity of life. While we may not be able to control when or how our time comes to an end, we can choose how we live in the face of that knowledge. It's this choice that defines our legacy, shaping how we are remembered by those we leave behind. The question is not whether we can cheat death, but how we choose to live in the time we are given. By embracing our mortality, we can find deeper meaning and joy in the fleeting moments of our lives, making each day a testament to our resilience and humanity.